Good evening, ham radio operators. The time is 2000 hours, Central Standard Time. All regular amateur traffic, please stand by. You're now listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net. Heard Thursday nights here on the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club frequencies and the University Link repeater system. Is there currently any emergency or priority traffic on this frequency? I am transmitting tonight from Dripping Springs using the 147.320 repeater, affectionately known as the Oak. For more information regarding the club's repeater system, and how to become a member, please visit n50ak.org. You can also participate in this net using the University Link repeater system. For more information about the University Link repeater system, please visit ka5d.com. If you're outside of Austin, we would love to hear from you too. The way to get in is via Echolink by connecting to KA5D-R or K5TMT-R. You can also reach us via Allstar by connecting to node 51444. If you are listening through the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system and wish to participate, be sure your tone is set to 114.8. For the University Link repeater system, set your tone to 94.7. For club members, we also have our very own Thursday night net discussion and video net channel on Discord. So swing on by and say hi to the folks hanging out there during the net. My name is Steve, KI5UKF, and I'll be your net controller for this evening. This is a controlled net, which means that stations should refrain from transmitting until designated check-in or comment times. If you're a new ham or just new to the net, the Oak Hill Radio Amateur Club Thursday Night Net is a social net. We get together every week to share knowledge, ask questions, and just hang out. It is very easy to check into this net. In just a bit, I'll ask for check-ins and take down a list of all stations who want to participate. Once we have everyone checked in, I'll go down the list one at a time and give you the floor. Feel free to ask questions pertaining to ham radio, tell us about something you've been working on, or just say hi. We just want to hear from you. If you missed the first round of check-ins, don't worry, we'll grab you on the next round, and the next, and the next. Please avoid topics of politics, religion, or anything else potentially inflammatory. Let's keep it clean, nice, and appropriate. We have young hams participating. It is time for station identification and the opening of the net for check-ins. Please stand by. This is the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, hosted by Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign N50AK. We're here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central. If you're just joining us through the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system and wish to participate, be sure your tone is set to 114.8. If you're using the University Link repeater system, set your tone to 97.4. My name is Steve, KI5UKF, and I'm your net controller for tonight's net. It's now time for short time check-ins. Short time check-ins means operators who cannot stay for the entire net. I will not open the floor for comments or questions for the short timers after their turn. That way you can call in, say hi, get on the log, and go on with your evening. If you check in as a short timer and later want to rejoin the net, please feel free to recheck. So if you're busy tonight but still want to check in, I am looking for short time check-ins. Any modes, anywhere, please come in with your call sign and your name.
This is David, November 5, Yankee Alpha November, no traffic.
This is
Kilo India 5, Yankee Lima Sierra, Cody, Fort Hood, short time.
This is Kilo India 6, Hotel Quebec Tango, Ken in South Austin, no traffic. This is Kilo India 5, Yankee India Alpha, Marshall, far South Austin, no traffic.
This is
another Steve in Dripping Springs, Kilo Juliet 5, Bravo Golf X-Ray. Just wanted to say hey, but no traffic.
This is November 5, November Echo, November. No traffic. I was hoping that Pat might show up. Over.
This is Kilo India 5, Whiskey Lima Foxtrot, Stephen and Kyle. No traffic. This is Toby, KI5, YLK, South Austin. Just want to do a short time check-in. Just come on now with your call sign and your name.
This is Kilo 5, Bravo, Mike, Romeo, Brandon in South Austin.
This is Kilo India Yankee Tango, Kilo India Tango.
That last Kilo India station, come on back with your call sign and your name.
This is Kilo India 5, Zulu Yankee Tango, Buzz in South Austin. I got a brain embolism or something there, couldn't remember my call sign.
Last call for short timers. Last call for short timers. Come on now with your name and your call sign, or rather your call sign and your name. All right, I'll go back up to the top of the list. We had David with an N5Y call sign that had no traffic. Next we have Cody. What's going on, Cody?
What's going on? It's KI5YLS. Can't stick around. Fixing to go have dinner with the family. Just wanted to say hi. Hopefully everyone's has had a good week and a good 4th of July. I haven't been doing too much myself. I get to go back to work tomorrow for my 2nd day on the job. And that's all that's been going on with me. But yeah, back to net and happy late 4th of July.
Well, thanks for that, Cody. Well, how was the first day on the job? I don't know if we heard that the last time I was in the net. Did day number 1 go okay?
Day number 1 went pretty well. Didn't do a whole lot of training. They put me straight into the dishwashing because that's what I do. I'm a dishwasher. And so I kind of just got in there and went straight to work, and it was a good day. Can't complain. They closed early because it was 4th of July day. And so they basically just kind of didn't have much customers or much dishes or anything, so I flew through it pretty easily.
Well, that's good. You sound pretty confident. I know starting a brand new job is always overwhelming, lots of stuff to learn and codes and buzzwords and so forth, and just kind of amazing how quickly all that comes together. So I wish you the best of luck and have a good week. All right, next we had a KI6 station, Ken, with no traffic. We had Marshall with no traffic. Second Steve in Dripping Springs, or first Steve if you like, in Dripping Springs with no traffic. Then we had K5NEN with no traffic but looking for Pat. So if Pat, if you're around and want to do a check-in, I think he was looking for some CW contacts tonight. I don't know if that group got together or not. We We had David with no traffic, and then we have Cody in Austin. What's going on, Cody? Yes. I'm still getting the hang of this taking down the names, but it looked like it was KI5YLK. Did I get that call sign right? I'm a Cody. My apologies, Toby. Again, I'm fairly new myself. I've been in the hobby for about a year, just learning how to do the net controller job. So thanks for bearing with me. Do you have any questions for anybody, or want to tell us about if you're brand new, or are you shopping for equipment yet, or what's going on with your ham radio evolution right now?
Well, it's actually kind of funny. I've got my license, and then there was this free Explorer QRZ100, I think, that I got. That's what I'm using right now, and that's nice. I like it. I've been using another set that I purchased, an IC7300, but I'm still just a technician, so haven't been able to do much with that.
Yeah, once you buy an HF rig and you start listening to those DX stations, you kind of get the bug at that point. That got me over my general real quick, much quicker than I had planned initially. So yeah, that's great. That get on there and listen all you want. No limits on that. Anything else going on, Toby?
I guess the only thing is trying to pay attention to 10 meter, 6 meter, just because I know that that's something I can get onto, and just trying to explore a little bit. Got into listening on FT8 and those types of things, and man, it's really pretty cool what you can do.
Well, if you're even hearing contacts on 10 meters and 6 meters, then congratulations to you, because that's kind of a tough thing to do. Those bands, especially 6 meters, doesn't seem like they're open very often, although I've noticed, at least on some of the websites, 6 meters been open some this week, but I still haven't heard anything on it, so I'm sure I'm doing something wrong there. But anyway, great to know that you're hitting those hard-to-reach bands. Anything else? Any other purchases planned in the near future?
Maybe a different antenna. I've got just some homemade dipoles that I made. I'd like to look into some sort of vertical or something.
All right, sounds good. Well, anything else for the group tonight, Toby?
No, I'm good. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Doing a great job.
Well, I appreciate that. Thanks, and welcome to the net, and have a good week. All right, next we had K5BMR, Brandon. Are you still hanging with us there, Brandon?
Hey everybody, yeah, K5BMR. Yeah, I do just have to give Toby a shout out if he's a technician in homebrewing dipoles and getting on 10 meters. That's pretty cool. So yeah, good job there. Yeah, not much new for me this week. Although I did get a new radio. I got a Xiegu X6100, so I've been kind of messing around with that a little bit. Haven't had a ton of time. I usually find myself working in the evenings this week. But, yeah, other than that, just want to check in and say hi. Short time since I'll be getting back to work. Kilo 5, Bravo, Mike Romeo. Brandon.
Hey, Brandon, if you've got a second, is that Xiegu, is that model their kind of newer mobile or semi-mobile version?
Yeah, that's right. It's the QRP, so it goes at 10 watts. It's nice. I got it from somebody on QRZ for $425, which was, I think, a pretty good deal. I was a little bit skeptical when he kind of ghosted me for a week after I paid him, but the thing did eventually come, and it works as far as I can tell. So and it's nice. It's got a nice form factor and everything. But I realize I probably need to learn CW now. So that's going to be next for me. K5BMR.
Yeah, CW's on my list too. My dad was a Morse code operator in the Korean War, and I feel like I really kind of have to learn it. So best wishes on your CW trek, Brandon.
Thanks. Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, next on our short time list, actually the last on our short time list, is KI5ZYT Buzz in South Austin. What's going on, Buzz?
I've just been trying to learn how to operate my Xiegu G90. I have a Pac-12 vertical antenna that's mobile. I put it up in the backyard. Couldn't really hear anything the first day, and the second day I heard some static. So I'm wondering, is it during the day, is it just hard to reach the bands or get people that are talking at all? It seems to be just silent.
I'm not familiar with that antenna, but if it will tune into 20 meters, I don't remember the last time we had a day where 20 meters was completely dead. So you should be able, in that 14 megahertz range, you should be able to hear something. But again, I don't know if there's anybody else on here now that's familiar with that antenna that might be able to give Buzz any ideas. Anybody listening? Yeah, Buzz, I would definitely try the 20-meter band. It's the best daytime band. There are some real strong stations on 40 meters, 7 megahertz, where you have people like a couple hundred miles away, usually a bunch of old guys sitting around doing rag shoes, and sometimes they are really, really strong, so you might try that as well. Just scan up and down. I think that G90 has a display on it that'll show you where the strong signals are. But other than those two thoughts, I don't have any other thoughts for you.
Yeah, the Pac-12 antenna is a multi-band antenna. It goes from 40 all the way down to 6 meters. Kept in that range.
Well, when we get done tonight, maybe hook it back up. After it gets dark, you should be definitely hearing something on 40 and 20 tonight, unless just something's really crazy happened with the band in the last couple of hours. So you might want to give that a try. And again, if you can stick around for any of the regular check-ins, there might be somebody that comes back during regular check-ins that heard your question that has an answer for you. So stick around as long as you can. Over.
I will do that. I will stick around and listen for a while and just be online. I didn't realize it was short check-ins. I just turned my little dial-phone on and heard it, and I jumped right in to call in. So thank you very much, and I'm going to try those two bands tonight after we finish here. KI5ZYT.
Good talking to you, Buzz, and no problem at all to just check in back when we do regular check-ins here in about probably 10 or 15 minutes. Just check in again. We'll put you back on that list, and then all the other folks can come back and shoot questions and answers to you. Over.
Thanks very much. That's what I'll do, and looking forward to the rest of the net. Over.
Thank you, sir. I think it's time for me to do a station ID. This is the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, hosted by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign N50AK. All right, we're going to pass it over now to our club president, Rusty, WZ5BBS, for tonight's general exam questions. Rusty, are you on?
I am indeed. And somewhere I put my questions. All right. Tonight's questions are brought to you by CW, because why not? So question number 1, what is the recommended way to break into a phone contact? What is the recommended way to break into a phone contact? This one's not so CW, so what do you know? Alpha, say QRZ several times, followed by your call sign. Bravo, say your call sign once. Charlie, say breaker, breaker. That's what Steve would do. Delta, say CQ, followed by the call sign of either station. So this has nothing to do with CW. We'll do this one more time, just so everybody can get it. What is the recommended way to break into a phone contact? Alpha, say QRZ several times, followed by your call sign. Bravo, say your call sign once. Charlie, say breaker, breaker. Or Delta, say CQ, followed by the call sign of either station. If you are a technician, we're going to open up the floor to you and see if you can get it right. Come with your name and your call sign and your choice if you are a technician. Come on with it.
This is KJ5 BLC, Kilo Juliet 5, Bravo Lima Charlie, and my name is Charles. I'm a technician just since June, beginning of June, and I would go with D.
Well, we had a fantastic double there. So I had a KJ5 station that was on the end of the double that I caught. So if you were a KJ5, and hopefully both of you aren't, somebody come once and give me your name, call sign, and choice again.
Okay, sorry about the double. It's KJ5 Bravo Lima Charlie. My name is Charles, and I was a new ham, took my test on the 6th of June. Anyway, I'm going to go with selection D, Delta.
All right, so we had one with a Bravo and one with a Delta. Y'all doubled perfectly again. So, all right, we're going to hang tight. If you answered Delta and you're a KJ5, come again, and we'll try to sneak out your call sign and your name.
Wow, never had that happen before. Anyway, Kilo Juliet 5, Bravo Lima Charlie, and my name is Charles, and I was the Delta.
Yay! All right, Charles, we got KJ5 BLC. He's got the Delta. All right, who was the other one in there? Come on with it.
Yeah, Rusty, this is Steve. KJ5 Bravo Golf X-Ray, and I'm taking that test tomorrow, so I'm going with B and keeping my fingers crossed. Bravo.
All right, we got a Charles with a D and a Steve with a B. Any other technicians out there want to try? It's a good thing it's Ray's anniversary, otherwise he loves to sneak in on the technician. All right, we're going to open up the floor to anybody. If you want me to repeat the questions and the answers, I will be more than happy to do that. Otherwise, we are opening it up to anyone and everybody. Come with your name, call sign, and choice.
10-5, Alex.
Go ahead, Sky.
Yeah, choose B. I think that was the one. Was that the one where it's you just say your call sign once? And Rusty says breaker, breaker.
Absolutely, breaker, breaker. That gets everybody's eyes rolling and it gives you a pause so you can get in there and talk. All right, yes, Bravo, say your call sign once. We got Sky down for a Bravo. Anybody else want to come in?
KI5, UKF.
KI5, PZN. I'm going to go with Bravo, although most of the time I do breaker, breaker 19.
All right, we got Ernesto in there with the Bravo. We got UKF. Go ahead, Steve.
My heart tells me Charlie, breaker, breaker, but my mind says Bravo, so I'm going to go with Bravo.
Always follow your heart in ham radio. It'll take you into some great conversations. All right, we got lots of Bravos. We got one Delta. Anybody else want to come and give it a try? Nothing heard. Well, the Bravos seem to take it, and it is correct. Say your call sign once, and then say breaker, breaker. No, just say your call sign once. Bravo is correct. So, Steve, you're taking the test, man. You would have gotten that one correct. Way to go to everybody. What's up, Ernesto? All right, question number 2 is a CW question. I at least got that part right. All right, so question number 2. What does the Q signal QRV mean? Quebec Romeo Victor. What does the Q signal QRV mean? Alpha, you're sending too fast. Bravo, there's interference on the frequency. Charlie, I'm quitting for the day. Or Delta, I am ready to receive messages. If you are a technician, start your double now.
Steve, J5BGX, I will go with Delta.
All right. We got Steve going in with a Delta. All right, we got nobody else. I think let's at least get Charles to answer. KJ5BLC, come on, at least throw us an answer, even if you get it wrong. We don't care.
Well, actually, since the Q things are not the top of my list, that's why I'm shying away.
Well, don't be shy. I get these things wrong every week, so just blurt out an answer. See if your Tourette's will get it right.
All right, you want to read them one more time so I can just do a stab at it?
I will be more than happy. What does the Q signal QRV mean? Quebec Romeo Victor, QRV. Alpha, you're sending too fast. Bravo, there's interference on the frequency. Charlie, I'm quitting for the day. Or Delta, I'm ready to receive messages. What do you think it is, Charles?
Okay, let's try Bravo.
Fantastic. We got Charles down for Bravo. All right, we got any more technicians that want to give it a stab? Come on with it. All right, let's open up the floor. See if anybody else wants to play. Show up with your name, call sign, and what you think it is.
N5LX.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. I actually don't know this one. It's kind of like a ghost in my back of my mind, but I'm going to say D, ready to receive. I know it's not B or C, but I'm going to try D, see if I get lucky.
Guy in for Delta. Anybody else want to play?
Cat 5, you Cat?
Yes, sir, Steve.
I'm kind of with Sky, A or D, but to get the full spectrum here, I'll go with Alpha.
All right, Steve's on the spectrum with Alpha. Anybody else, Ernesto?
Paul, N5 in the end.
Go ahead, sir.
Oh, I'll tell you, I think Steve's going to pass his test. I'll go for D.
All right, we got a Paul for Delta. Anybody else want to play along?
K7 TVA.
Buddy but David. Go ahead, sir.
This is actually cheating, because at the beginning of tonight's CW net, I wouldn't have known the answer, but at the end of the net, I know the answer, and I'm ready to transmit, which I think is Delta.
All right, David has learned the answer he thinks by playing on the CW net tonight. Pat would be very proud. Anybody else want to play along?
5PZN. It's Delta. It's funny. I pressed the button on the wrong on the wrong radio. I was blurring my my answers on HF.
Oh man, we're gonna put some points on your license for that one. All right, we got PZN with Delta. Anybody else want to play along?
KE5RS.
Yes, sir, John.
It's are you ready or I'm ready? It's Delta. K5 rest.
All right, John and Diane coming in with Delta. Anybody else want to go? Nobody's picked Charlie yet. I'm quitting for the day.
KC3, KCG.
Oh, howdy, Randy. What's your guess?
Well, I think the answer is Echo. It's an antenna question. It stands for queer, rusty, vertical.
I love you. I'm only queer when I'm vertical, never when I'm horizontal. It's way too complicated. All right, so we got Randy in for Echo. Anybody else want to make up some fun things? Come with it. All right. Charlie, I'm quitting for the day. That's quite a few answers. The correct answer of what does the Q signal queer, rusty, vertical mean? It is Delta. I am ready to receive. Actually, that's kind of funny, but I'm not going to go into that. So, there we go. That's our first two questions and our only two questions for tonight. And at that point, I'm going to send it back to Nat Control. KI5 UKF WZ5 BBS is all yours, sir.
Rusty, for doing those questions. Let's do another station ID. This is the family-friendly Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, hosted by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign N50AK. We are here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central. If you are just now joining us through the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system and want to participate, be sure you set that tone to 114.8. If you're using the University Link repeater system, set the tone to 97.4. My name is Steve, KI5UKF, and I am your net controller for tonight's net. It is now time for Fox News, so let's pass the microphone over to Sky N5LX for our weekly Fox News. Sky, take it away.
Thank you, sir. This is N5LX. So, in this week's Fox News, well, it was a relatively quiet week for fox hunting because we only had one hunt, which I hosted that one. It's actually pretty amazing. I mean, lately we've had quite a few weekends where we had like 2 or even 3 fox hunts. But this last weekend we only had one. But we had it was a fun hunt. We had a lot of participants, and it looks like the prolific fox hunters for this last weekend were John, N5CFB, Mark, N5UMT, Thomas, W5TNC, Ernesto, KI5PZN, Rusty, WB5BBS, David, K7TVA, and, well, if I get any of that wrong, your call sign or something, please let me know. Anyway, I'm going to reset. So the location was near a park called Grand Oaks Playground. It was actually along a little creek, and it had some really beautiful trees, a really nice, well-maintained trail, and the weather was pretty nice, too. So a decent location, and I enjoy hosting fox hunts because I get to discover places like that. And as usual, the fox was up in a tree, and the hunters posted some pretty good pictures of it on Discord. The logbook was a bit of a challenge because I kind of had it hidden in a clump of tall grass about 15 feet away. It wasn't directly underneath the transmitter like it is sometimes because it was too close to the trail. But anyway, congratulations for everyone who found it and for picking up burrs on their socks. I'm going to do another reset. Anyway, let's see. Oh, and thanks to Mark for upgrading my logbook. I was using a plastic bag, and he left when I went back to retrieve the fox in the logbook. I found that the logbook was in a really nice little plastic container, so thanks to Mark for that. Anyway, it looks like we're going to have another fox hunt coming up this weekend, and that one's being hosted by John, N5CFB. So if you're interested in participating, be sure to check out the details on the N5OAK website under the little Fox Hunt tab. And as always, you can go to the N5OAK Discord Fox Hunt channel. And let's see. Oh, John, I'm pretty sure he's already posted a map for this weekend's hunt. And also, don't miss the poem that goes along with it. He conjured up a little poem that's really great. So if you don't see it right away, just scroll up and you'll catch it. Let's see what else. I'm going to do another reset. Yeah, I guess the last thing, as always, is if anybody out there is interested, if this sounds like something you might be interested in, but you haven't tried it yet, fox hunting, radio direction finding, feel free to check out the N5OAK website and definitely the Fox Hunt Discord channel if you haven't already checked that out. And don't forget to look up at the top right. There's a little icon that looks like a Post-it pin. And if you click on that, there's information in there on how to make a fox hunt map with Gaia GPS, and also how to build a fox hunt antenna. I think maybe directions for what they call a tape measure Yagi, and those are pretty good. I think that's about it for now, and so back to net control. This is N5LX.
Sky, thank you so much for that update, and also want to thank you, I know on behalf of the members of the club and the fox hunt participants, thank you and the other fox hiders who, I don't know if there are any new folks here who don't know, but these folks really at their own expense, I think the club owns one fox, but other than that, these folks at their own expense purchase the materials and the equipment and the batteries, and then go out on their Friday afternoons and hide the foxes, and then they have to go out late Sunday nights and pick up the foxes, and they don't get to play because they already know where the foxes are. So anyway, I think we should all just express our appreciation to them. All right, I think it's time now to pass the mic back to our president, Rusty WZ5BBS, with the club and trivia, not trivia, with the club news and announcements. Rusty?
Thank you for letting us play on our family-friendly net. Before we do this, I want to read John's poem to you all because it is rather perfect. So we'll, if you're not a part of Discord, this is what you're missing out. I cannot take credit for this. This is all John, N5CSB. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, be careful not to drive too far. Get up high to hear the song. Aim that beam, you won't go wrong. Mind the fences, mind the grass. Lease the ranchers, shoot your buns. Take the kids, hell, bring your dog. When you've killed the fox, sign the log. It'll be hot and you'll want a fan. Remember, if Rusty can find them, anyone can. I love you too, John. So that's the kind of fun that you get to go along with the map. The map is in the Fox Hunt channel, so thanks for that. As far as our official club business, let's go ahead and take care of that. We're up to a total of 544 members. We got 2 new members since our net last Thursday. We got John, KB5JM, and we have David, KJ5BSD. So welcome to John and David. If you hear them on the repeaters or see them in the Discord, make sure you say hi. The 441775 is still down. We are working to make that fixable again. We have the repeater fixed. Rick, AI5A, has the duplexer all tuned up. We've got new jumpers. We have all the stuff. We just have to make it happen. But we are locked out of UT, I think, until today. So the 775 should be coming back together sooner than later. So keep your fingers crossed and keep us in your thoughts and prayers. Our next club meeting is Saturday, July 15th, so not this Saturday, but next. It'll be at the Hawson branch of the Austin Public Library. Check out the website and the meeting channels on Discord for everything that you need. We are electing board members at this meeting, so if you would like to nominate yourself or anybody else, please let your favorite board member know. Currently, we have Ernesto running for vice president, and we have Philip running for secretary. So we have all the spots taken, but, competition is always a whole lot of fun. After our next club meeting on Saturday, July 15th, we will be running a testing session. So if it is time to upgrade or get your buddy licensed, you can sign up online at n5oak.org. Just click on the Get Licensed tab and make sure you reserve your spot. And the only way you can do that is to sign up, fill out all the stuff, and pay. And that way we'll have a spot. We have some open spots left, but we're getting short. I think we're only down to like 2. We also have our very own N5OAK swag on the website, so if you want something with the N5OAK logo, we've got coffee mugs, t-shirts, bandanas, hats, you name it. Everything is available online at n5oak.org. And we've also got John, N5CFB. He has got Fox Hunt this weekend. Sky might put one out. Ernesto might put one out. There might be more than one, but we have for sure we got one. N5CFB is in South Austin, and by South I mean kind of by Buda. It's in between Buda and South Austin, so to give you kind of an idea. For those of you that want to try out net control, this is Steve's second net, I think that's right, and he does a bang-up job, but we're always looking for new net controllers, so if you want information on that, ping us on the Thursday Night Net channel. The script is pinned over in the Thursday Night Net channel as well, so you can download that, make it your own, have all the fun that you want. I ran the net last week. It's somebody new every week, and we usually get people to help out with questions and news, and we'll be more than happy to guide you through it. So if you want to do net control, if you always thought about it, let us know, and we can totally make that happen. And, of course, the easiest way to stay up to date on everything that we're doing is to subscribe to the official club calendar. You can head over to n5oak.org and make that happen. Click on the calendar tab. This has also been a very expensive quarter for the club, so we would love any donations. If you could make that happen, that would be fantastic. We have spent quite a bit of money to get the 775 machine back up and running. So if you have any loose change in your car hiding under your seat, we would love it if you'd throw it, especially throw it at Steve. Just throw it our direction. Anyway, we would appreciate it. That's all I have, I believe, and we'll send it back to Net Control, KI5UKF, WZ5BBS.
Thank you very much, Rusty, for doing the club announcements, and great call out for other net controllers. It's really easy. There is a script. As you can tell, I've screwed it up a couple of times tonight because I'm reading it, and some stuff has changed, like the trivia night is no longer happening, but it's so easy, and who cares if you screw up? You're not getting paid, so you really can't get fired. Let's do another station ID. This is the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, hosted by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign N5OAK. We're here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central. If you are just now joining us through the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system and want to participate, be sure you set your tone to 114.8. If you're using the University Link repeater system, set your tone to 97.4. My name again is Steve, KI5UKF, and I am your net controller for tonight's net. I will be looking for regular check-ins shortly. No membership is required. Any licensed operator is welcome to check in. Before we start with check-ins, I want to propose, I guess, a generic question for us to discuss is what did you actually do on the 4th of July? I think last time maybe we talked about what your plans were, but what did you actually do on Tuesday the 4th? And so we'll have that as a standing question for everybody, and we'll work through those as we get through our list. New hams are always encouraged to check in, so if you're a new ham, we would love to hear from you. All right, it's time to take regular check-ins. Any mode, any of the systems we're on, just please come and give your call sign phonetically and slowly along with your name, and I'll put you down on the list. Go ahead.
This is N5LX Sky in Oak Hill.
This is Kilo Juliet 5, Bravo Lima Charlie, and I am Charles, out in the direction toward Copeland.
This is the Charlie 5 Golf, Philip, East Austin, no traffic.
This is Kilo India 5, Papa Zulu November, Ernesto.
This is Whiskey 7, Delta Tango X-Ray, W7 DTX, Travis in South Austin.
This is Kilo India 5, Zulu Tango Whiskey, Blake in Rock Springs on Echolink.
Anyone else on regular check-ins? Anyone else? All right. Let's start out with N5LX Sky. How's it going, Sky?
Hey man, this is N5LX. Let's see, 4th of July. Well, I got up real early and put out my American flag. I guess the highlight of the day was hanging out with friends and neighbors and watching their kids set off fireworks and the parents getting all worried that they were going to have an accident. and also kind of watching everybody get drunk. I don't drink anymore, so it's kind of an interesting experience. I did some reading and fiddling around with some electronic stuff, but basically I was just a couch potato. But the rest of the week has been great too. We had clear skies last night for the first time in a long time, or since I can remember. It's been a couple of months. So I did some stargazing and saw some satellites and just have a chaise lounge in the backyard, and I just kind of relaxed. Today, later on in the day, I went for a walk on the Slaughter Creek Trail. The weather was like super nice today, and I saw a lot of critters. Saw a fairly good-sized rattlesnake, a bunch of deer, and I don't know, quite a few other things. But anyway, it's been a good week, and hi to everybody out there, and looking forward to the fox hunt this coming weekend. This is N5LX, back to net control.
So, Sky, I'm kind of a long-time amateur astronomer, stargazer myself. Was there anything specific you were looking at? I know that we've had some planetary alignments the past couple of weeks. I think they've kind of spread out again. And I know we have this time of the year, we have the center of the galactic core, the Milky Way is up. Is there anything in particular you were looking at, and do you use anything like binoculars or a telescope? Over.
Yeah, those are all good questions, if I can keep track of them. Let's see. Well, I wasn't really looking for anything in particular. It's just been so long since I've really had clear skies when I had the time to do that I just kind of went out there and didn't have anything in mind. I think I saw Mars and Jupiter, and there's a lot of light pollution where I am, so even when it's clear, I can't see a lot. I can see Deneb and Vega and Altair and kind of make out some of the constellations just barely. but I definitely I have some binoculars, some really nice binoculars, and so with those, I can definitely on a clear night see a pretty good star field, the Milky Way, and I really enjoy it. Sometimes I see satellites, and that's kind of fun. If anybody else is interested, if you want to see satellites, there's a jillion satellites up there now in space junk. So right after dusk, when it just starts getting dark, is the best time. If anybody wants to see satellites, they're kind of interesting. Back to net control.
Yeah, thanks for that. I'm sure there's a bunch of them now, but I know that I've been following a website forever called heavens-above.com, and if you put in your location on it, it's a pretty old website, so it looks kind of dated, but it'll tell you exactly what's going to be over in your night sky every night that's visible and how visible it is and so forth. All right, well, thanks for that, Sky. So does anybody have anything for N5LX Sky tonight?
November 5, Yankee Alpha November, David.
Go ahead, David.
Hey, Sky. Was just wondering if you had any plans to watch the Perseid meteor shower. I'm considering going down to Big Bend, but was just curious what you were thinking about it. November 5, Yankee Alpha November, back to you.
Actually, thanks for the heads up, because I wasn't aware of it. I really haven't been following the calendar, but I'll look into it. I probably won't want to make a trip that far from home base, but tell me when is that going to be?
You're putting me on the spot, but I believe it's middle of July into August time. I'm not dead set on going to Big Bend to go see it, but I haven't been on a vacation with my family in about 3 years, and I suggested it sort of offhand, and they're considering taking all of us going out and sleeping in our cars to go see the Perseid meteor shower, and I thought it'd be kind of fun, and I was curious if you'd ever seen it or had any tips for stargazing and whatnot at that time. Back to you, Sky. N5YAN.
Yeah, this is N5LX. No, I've never seen a meteor shower. I used to spend summers. It was a really wonderful privilege. My relatives had a house up in the mountains in National Forest. I used to spend summers up there, and the stars were amazing. But I've just kind of gotten back into it. Haven't ever seen a meteor shower, and it's actually kind of rare. I kind of treasure seeing meteors. I've been lucky enough to see quite a few bolides, seen real big fireballs. But anyway, no, it's something to look forward to, and I think I have a little Dobsonian telescope, and I was already kind of planning on going to, say, like Pedernales or some other, some kind of state park where there's not quite so much light pollution, and hopefully get lucky and have some clear skies. It's all timing and luck. But anyway, for meteors, just, if you need vision correction, bring your glasses and some way to clean them, or maybe even some binoculars with a low power. But other than that, just the naked eye. I mean, that sounds awesome. I think I'm gonna give it a try. This is N5LX.
Anyone else have anything for Sky tonight?
Awesome on the Dobsonian telescope, by the way. I started to build one, I think I was in 8th grade, and then the parts started getting too expensive. I dropped the secondary mirror, and at that point I just said screw it, and stopped saving up for parts, put my savings into ham radio instead. So I got to get back to work on this physics lab, but I heard, stars and astronomy and wanted to shout you out on the net. November 5, Yankee Alpha November, clear.
73.
Okay, does anybody else have anything else for Sky? All right, Sky. Well, good luck to you. I think the Perseds are actually in August primarily, and pretty visible from, like you said, the dark sides. Pedernales Falls would be perfect. Even out here in Dripping Springs, clearly visible here. I've watched them many years, so wish you the best on that. Let's move on to Charles, KJ5VLC. Charles?
Yeah, thank you. This is KJ5VLC. Interesting discussion about astronomy since I'm the treasurer of the Austin Astronomical Society. Actually was part of the formation of that group back in 1969 when I was between my junior and senior year in high school. And as it turns out, got re-involved again here a few years ago, and finally when I retired from my regular job, I decided to put my name in for treasurer, and of course there's no competition for that, so I am the treasurer. But yes, and as a matter of fact, you mentioned Pedernales. We have a regular observing site there. We run public star parties on certain dates, and then we have some member-only events as well, but it's a great place to go and check it out, and you can learn a lot and get involved with other people. The other thing that I think is interesting is that last night in an executive committee meeting, we were talking about trying to get the society really involved in Discord, and I said, well, man, you know, N50AK has a really great Discord group. And Jake, our webmaster, said, well, that's interesting because I was part of forming that Discord group for them and modeling our one for the Astronomical Society after it. He's moved away to Fort Davis now, but earlier on Discord I had asked Ernesto if he knew him, and he did remember him, so interesting crossover. One last thing, we were talking about the 4th of July. We had our family over and had a great time. We were at a farmhouse, and my wife grew up in that farmhouse, and we had to restore it. So that's an interesting process. But my other big event, it just came today, is I decided I'm going to be going for my general down the road, and so started looking around for some kind of a transceiver that I could afford, and I kind of got lucky, I think, on eBay. Anyway, I got an oldie but goodie, a Kenwood TS940S. Anyway, seems to be in good working condition, and just started unboxing it tonight. But at any rate, I got it for like $305. So, of course, there's some shipping involved, but nevertheless, I thought it was a good deal. So, if anybody's got any thoughts about that, I'd be interested. Back to you, Ned. This is KJ5VLC.
Gosh, Charles, 1,000 questions, but first one is, how would anybody interested in those Pedernales Falls meetings or becoming a member of the Austin Astronomical Society, what would they do? Where's your website, et cetera, over?
Okay, the website is Austin Astro, A-S-T-R-O, austinastro.org. And you can see all the dates and the calendars and the events that are coming up. And I would be the person who kind of handles the membership if you're interested. We've got a lot of different levels, either individuals, seniors, households, that kind of thing. But like I said, it's been around for over 50 years, and a few years ago at their 50th anniversary, I got honored as being a lifetime member since I was there in the beginning, and I'm now back here again. So anyway, it's a great opportunity. We're always looking for new people, and even without joining, you can come out to a public star party. One of the big ones that they do in Austin is called Austin Under the Stars. That'll happen August 5th, I think is the date, and it's at St. Stephen's School, which is out near the Bee Caves area. So KJ5VLC, back to you.
Well, great, Charles. Thanks for serving in that capacity and for passing on that information to us. I think that your friend, though, got it right when they moved to Fort Davis as far as astronomy. That is a far superior site to anything around here. All right, does anybody have anything for Charles, KJ5VLC? Come on now.
N5LX.
Go ahead, Sky.
Yeah, to thank him again for kind of giving us a little info about the Austin Astronomical Society. I wasn't aware of that, and I just pulled up the website. It looks great. I'd just be curious if you could kind of give just a general outline, a brief description of some of the activities that they might have, some of the stuff that they do.
Sure, no problem. They meet actually monthly in person and via Zoom if you're a far distance away. For the summer, we're meeting back in the original location at the Engineering Teaching Center at UT. But they've during the spring they explored the ACC campus at Highland, what used to be Highland Mall, which is a lot easier to park. But at any rate, those are different programs, and before their regular program, they usually have a practical astronomy, so it's a short session to kind of teach people. They do have the star parties, and that's a great place to learn. And like I say, we're trying to get going on Discord and offer some other things. So anyway, KJ5BLC.
Thank you, sir. This is N5LX, back to net.
Anyone else have anything for Charles tonight? Well, Charles, thanks, and we'll check out that website, and I know I'm personally interested. I've got my old 25-year-old 8-inch Schmidt Cassegrain sitting out back, ready for a clear night, so hopefully we'll get some soon. Next on the list we had AC5G Philip with no traffic, and next we have KI5PZN Ernesto. What's going on, Ernesto?
This is KI5PZN. I'm using the correct mic now. Thank you for running the net, Steve. Appreciate you stepping in and taking care of business. Sorry I couldn't sign up tonight for any of the other things. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to make it, so that's why you guys didn't hear from me. Wanted to tell Paul N5NEN that the CWNet, it's on 3.532, 3532. The guys were there, so I'm not sure if it's because of if he was having issues with his antenna, or if he was not on the correct frequency. If Paul or anybody else is interested, that's 3.532. 4th of July, I was working, did a bunch of stuff at the house, all kinds of projects. Let's see, I think that's about it. Just been working for the last few weeks. And I've done radio, doing HF in the evenings. I try to get some radios on every day just to keep my craziness under control. I think that's about it. Back to you, Steve. This is KI5PZN.
So, Ernesto, you worked on July 4th, so you must have one of those important jobs, unlike the rest of us where we could just kind of take off during the middle of the week. So do you get another day off at sometime soon?
Well, Steve, it had nothing to do with my job. I'm actually self-employed. But no, I was working on this non-profit that I'm trying to get up and running. It's a home for people with developmental disabilities, I think is the new term. But yeah, just doing labor and working as an electrician, believe it or not. So no, I was doing a project very not related to work. Thank goodness. Back to net. This is KI5PZN.
Well, it sounds like that wasn't regular work, but the greater work, so thanks for doing that. All right, does anybody have anything for Ernesto tonight? Come on down. All right, Ernesto, looks like you're getting off easy tonight. It was nice chatting with you. look forward to meeting you in person finally at the club meeting next weekend. Not this weekend, but the next. So I look forward to seeing you there.
Hi, Steve. You are going to be disappointed, but I am looking forward to meet you in person, man. Back to net.
All right. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Next we had W7DTX, Travis in South Austin. What's going on, Travis?
Hey, Steve. This is Travis, W7DTX. Not much going on today. Just getting through work the last couple days. For the 4th of July, I was out at Lakeway, which is a good time. Just hanging out at the lake and watching some fireworks. But last week, made it out west. Was actually going through Death Valley and hiking through the Sierra Nevadas last week, which was a lot of fun. I was able to get my first SOTA activation in, which was also good on 2 meters. I also have the Zygoot 6100, and I heard somebody else talking about it earlier. And I'm having a little bit of issues with mine, not getting the full 5 watts. So still working through that. But other than that, like I said, just having a good week, and appreciate you running the net.
Man, you dropped that hiking in the Sierra Nevadas like a carrot in front of me. Anyway, I'm a hiker and kind of a depressed hiker because kind of everything I've done, I just keep going out to Pedernales Falls and Enchanted Rock and went down to Big Bend, but I really want to see some of the western and northwestern part of the country. Tell us about the equipment you used on your SOTA.
Yeah, I just used the good old FT5D there. There was quite a few stations that were monitoring the national calling frequency. Lucky for me. Also, I think it was good that I didn't have to lug that all the way up Mount Whitney, so that was good too.
Okay, great. Well, I assume it was a successful activation, and if not, let us know. But otherwise, does anybody have anything for Travis tonight?
LX.
Go ahead, Sky.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that sounds awesome. I'd love to hear a little bit more detail about his adventure, but if not, that's cool. Mount Whitney, that's in Alaska, am I correct?
So Mount Whitney is just outside of Lone Pine, California. It is the highest peak in the continental U.S. It was a lot of fun. I posted a few pictures on the outdoor channel of the Discord. It was really beautiful. It was a full 18 hours to do the hike for us. A lot of people didn't turn back because of the record-setting snow that they had out there this year. So that was the biggest challenge outside of the altitude, was just getting through all the snow. Had to end up actually glissading and sliding down the mountain, which was the first time I do that and maybe the last time. So that was a lot of fun. Back to you, Sky.
Okay, yeah, I'll check it out on Discord. I had a brain glitch there. I think for some reason I was thinking of Mount McKinley, but I pulled it up here. Yeah, it says it's 14,505. That's probably I think you said it's the tallest mountain in the continental U.S. That's a big one, and the pictures here looks beautiful, man. So that's awesome. I'll have to check it out in Discord. So thanks. This is N5LX.
Yeah, Travis, as a wannabe, hiker backpacker, Whitney is huge, and it is a big deal. And just to let everybody know, it is not something that you do softly or without some trepidation. So congratulations on that. All right, well then, is anybody else have anything else for Travis? All right, Travis, we'll have a good week. Let's move on to KI5ZTW, and I missed the name in my notes, so come on back with your name and what's going on.
KI5ZTW, Blake, BLAKE, in the Spicewood area. South today, with no radio, so I have 1 bar of signal. and I'm able to get my cooking.
Blake, I caught the name. Thank you. Yeah, you are kind of cutting in and out a little bit. Anything going on with your 4th of July? Anything you want to share with the group?
No, sir. I take 4th of July, sat in a body of water and drank and ate. And really works, got the water in it.
Yeah, Blake, you're kind of in and out on the repeater. It's a miracle that you're hitting it from Spicewood. You must have something with some power up there. You said you drank and you ate, so what'd you eat? Tell us what you ate.
I had the bone down at. I'm way south.
I couldn't catch that, Blake. It's breaking up pretty good that last time. Is there anything else you want to share with the group? I think everybody hears the same signal coming out of the repeater, so I assume everybody heard you kind of breaking up a little bit. Anything else you want to share?
No, sir. Thank you for hosting Back to Net.
All right, Blake, that was crystal clear. That's the way the radio stuff works, right? You know, 1 second you're down, 1 second you're up. Anybody want to ask Blake any questions? His signal's a little weak, but if you want to ask him any questions, come on now. All right, Blake. Well, have a great week, and you have to come to the meeting now and tell us what you ate on 4th of July because I wasn't able to catch that. All right, let's go back now and do a station ID. This is the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, hosted by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, whose call sign is N50AK. We're now going to do our second round of regular check-ins. Coming up. If you could give your call sign phonetically and slowly for those of us who are kind of slow, and your name, I'd appreciate it. Come on now.
This is Whiskey Zulu 5 Bravo Sierra.
Anyone else want to come in for regular check-ins other than Rusty? Come on now.
This is Kilo Charlie 5 Alpha Juliet Echo Chad South Austin, no traffic.
Anyone else for regular check-in? Second round. Come on down.
This is Kilo Juliet 5 Bravo Golf X-Ray, Steve in Dripping Springs.
All right, hearing nothing else, we'll go back to our president. Rusty, what's going on? Did I miss you in the first check-ins? I may have, and if I did, I'm sorry.
No, sir. I feel like I blather enough in the beginning of this, so I like to let everybody else kind of come in and chat. So you're right on cue, man. Let's see. 4th of July, I was in South Austin. It's very rare that I go south of the border, but South Austin with my brother and his family. His wife has her family has some land down there, and so there's a creek/spring, so it's nice and cool. So we stayed in the water and had burgers and shot off fireworks and had a great time. Got to hang out with the niece and the nephew, and it was a great day. So that's what I did for the 4th. Did a little F1 on the weekend prior and slacked it up pretty big. So nothing new and exciting there. But I am finding Blake is in Rock Springs, which it's a fun little town down by the border practically, and good times there. So that's about all I have to report. It's been a pretty boring week, just trying to stay inside and keep from melting. And happy birthday, Mireya, if she's listening. Happy anniversary to Uncle Ray and Allie. And yeah, thanks for running the net. WZ5BVS, back to net control.
So, Rusty, I missed this when Ernesto was talking, but do you and Ernesto have plans to go do the Fox this weekend? And if so, do you have room for an add-on? As I keep saying, I'm 0-3, and I'm very despondent at this point. I'm not sure that I'll have a future in fox hunting. Over.
So I have plans. Well, no, not really plans. I got a friend that has a beach house in Florida, and I got to help them with their IT stuff. And of course, Saturday is the only time. But I think from like 10 to 1 Pacific time Saturday, it looks like I'm booked. PZN, are you out there? Are you doing old man breakfast? And what's the fox hunt plan for the weekend?
The Sky 5 PZN. Well, I think if I can do it on Saturday, it's going to be at the end of the day. I might do breakfast, but I won't be doing fox hunting in the morning. It will be after 5 or something like that, like last weekend. Or Sunday, but it will be also, well, it can't be too late because I have to run the net. But no, it will be, that's what I have planned. More than welcome to join, but it will be Saturday at the end of the day. Oh, and one thing that I forgot earlier. I'm running the Owner's Net on Saturday at 7 p.m. in case you guys are bored and looking to get even more bored. Back net.
So there you have it. Looks like late Saturday, late Sunday. I'm totally down to play and come hang out with us, man. But yeah, looks like that's what our plans are for the weekend.
Okay. No conspiracy theories yet. I know you guys aren't trying to ditch me or anything, since Ernesto's never even met me. So anyway, anything else, Rusty, or anybody else have anything for Rusty? Let's pass it over to them. Anybody else have something for Rusty? Rusty, such a quiet group tonight. Do you have anything else for the group?
I just want to calm your nerves and let you know there's no conspiracy theory. I'd tell you to go to hell, regardless, so no worries. But yeah, ping us on Discord and see what's up, and yeah, come play. It's South Austin, so it wouldn't be that bad of a drive for you. And yeah, man, one of these days we're going to get to play fox hunt, and you're going to get to find a fox, and it's going to be amazing, and you'll be hooked. So that's all I got, man. Thanks for running the net. WZ5BVS, back to net control.
It sounds like a plan. My tape measure, Yagi, is ready to go. All right, KC5AJE Chad had no traffic, which leaves us with KJ5BGX Steve, Alter Ego Steve in Dripping Springs. What's going on, Steve?
Hey, so not much, but I did have a question for the, the vast pool of knowledge out here on the net. So I've got a 10-meter dipole that's half wavelength and a 20-meter dipole that's half wavelength. But my question is that redundant? Is a 20-meter, or I'm sorry, is a 20-meter dipole the same as a full-length 10-meter dipole? Over.
Open the floor. Anyone?
K7 TVA.
Go ahead, K7.
Yeah, all right. So you're correct. Assuming that the frequencies are actually like a multiple of 2 from each other, then a 20 wave is the same thing as, like, as far as a piece of wire goes, it's the same thing as a 10-meter full wave. But you can't make a one wavelength antenna and feed it at the middle. And the reason for that is that you need to be feeding the antenna at a place where the current is high in order to have a reasonable feed point impedance. If you try to feed a full wave in the middle, that's a place where the current is 0 or near 0 and the voltage is very high. And so you can't actually do that, but it's like you're feeding an end-fed half wave at that point. Because at the end of a half wave, you have low current, high voltage, which means very high impedance, right? Impedance is voltage divided by current. So you could use like a 49-to-1 transformer and feed your full wave in the middle, and it might work. But it's not going to be an efficient antenna. And if you have the space for the full wave, then you have the space for the half wave. It should probably just use the half wave. This is David, K7 TVA.
Dave, thank you so much. That makes a lot of sense. I'll be taking my general test tomorrow, so all prayers are appreciated. Over.
You have my prayers. Good luck.
Mine as well. Anybody else have any questions or comments for Steve?
N5LX.
Go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, I just wanted to say good luck on your exam, and we're all with you, man. You'll pass, and you know it's going to be a fun experience. Glad to have you on board.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. After getting my technician, I've been messing around on the 10-meter band. I've made some nice long-distance connections, but when I listen to the 20-meter band and hear all the good activity there, it's kind of inspired me to move on to the general. Over.
Yeah, general class license is a lot of fun, so go for it, man. You're gonna really have a good time with the extended privileges, I think. This is N5LX, back to net.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. This is KJ5BGX, back to net.
Anyone have anything else for Steve? KJ5BJX in Dripping Springs tonight. Well, Steve, I know we all wish you well. I guess real quick before you go, what part of Dripping are you in from a personal standpoint?
I am actually 6 miles northeast of downtown Dripping. So in the Deer Creek subdivision, kind of close to Hamilton Pool, I guess, about 5 miles from Hamilton Pool. Over.
All right, I'm in the lovely HOA protected Belterra, so we're actually kind of far apart. Too far apart maybe for Simplex. Anyway, it was nice talking to you tonight. Do you have anything else you want to share before you head out?
No, I don't think so. Just good night, everybody, and enjoy talking with you. This is KJ5BGX.
All right, good luck, Steve. Let's go back to a station ID at this time. This is the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, hosted by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign N50AK. We're now going to go to our third set of regular check-ins. If you're been listening and are ready to check in, have not checked in before, now is your time. Please come on with your call sign slowly and phonetically along with your name. Starting now. Come on down.
is Kilo India 5 Charlie Yankee. The name here is Al, Alpha Lima. No traffic, just listening.
This is Kilo Charlie 3 November Alpha Golf, Randy, Andersonville, coming in on the flagship 320.
This is Kilo 7 Tango Victor Alpha, David in Andersonville, coming in on the flagship 320. Anyone else want to check in? Regular check-ins, third round. Come on down.
This is Alpha India 5 Juliet Tango. This is Rick up in Leander.
All right, let's go up to the top of the list. We had KI5CY Al with no traffic. And then we had, I think I got Kilo Sierra 3 NAG Brandy, maybe Anderson Mill. Maybe I got that wrong. NAG, come on back.
Yeah, hello. This is Kilo Charlie 3 November Alpha Golf, Randy. Yeah. I'm like right around Anderson Mill. Back to you.
Well, Randy, I guess tonight we're talking about what everybody did on July 4th, the actual 4th event. So what was going on at your place?
Well, I didn't really do anything for the 4th of July, but the neighborhood's always full of fireworks, so I really don't have to go anyplace. But, this evening's conversation is very interesting to me because I built a telescope like 20 years ago. It's got like about a 4.25-inch mirror into it. It's just, a reflector, Dobsonian style. But it's only about 2 foot long and it's like in a piece of like 6-inch PVC pipe. So you can like hold this thing and it's a wide field scope. So instead of like, being, hugely powerful to like see the moons or something around Saturn, it gives you a wider field for seeing like the constellations and stuff, but like pretty close up into your face. I built this from a book that was how to do this, and it was basically to educate kids. It's like, here, you can sit on the ground, you can hold this in your lap, and you can move it around. Like, it's a super cool rig. I'll let it drop for a sec. But, so I've always been into, like, astronomy, and good to hear there's more people out there. But, my current project is I bought a cheap, crappy replica of a sextant. And, for like celestial navigation, for like, on ships and stuff. And, I knew it was going to be crap, and I did quite a bit of work to it and added some adjusting screws and everything else to it. But, it actually worked. So, yeah, last night was super clear, man. It was beautiful out. So, I'm just trying to like, do just a little celestial navigation just because I actually like trigonometry, so, and astronomy, so like, how can you go wrong? KC3 Energy, vector net control.
So, Randy, were you aware of the Austin Astronomical Society, and if so, have you ever done anything with that group?
You know, I believe I heard somebody mention that maybe a year ago, but I actually have it written down. So, like, hey, that's super cool, man. I'll check it out.
Well, cool. Your telescope sounds fascinating. It'd be cool maybe if we all met up in one of those groups and we could look at what you see. That would be awesome. So does anybody have anything tonight for Randy?
Yeah, Randy, this is Charles, KJ5BLC. Did I hear you say that you actually ground that mirror as well?
No, I did not grind the mirror for the scope. However, my brother has ground mirrors for bigger scopes, so I know how it's done. But you know, for $200, I'll let somebody like do the work. But one other interesting thing was, see, I bought it from. I was living in Jersey. There's like Edmund Scientific. Edmund Scientific used to sell all these mirrors and all kinds of cool science projects for kids and stuff, and adults, geez. But I bought the primary mirror and secondary from them, and I could never get this thing to focus properly, and I kept goofing with it, and I realized that the focal point was not what they said it was, and I took it back, and they're like, no way, man. And I'm like, hey, I know you got a laboratory right behind those doors. Just go check it. I'm telling you, it's wrong. And they came back, and they go like, you're right, man. It was supposed to be like, 18-inch focal point, but it was really a 2-foot one. And he says, we made like about 4 of these, and this one obviously got mislabeled. And I'm like, I've spent weeks trying to figure this out, man. So, I don't know, just another story. Back to Net Control.
Hey, Steve, this is Charles again. Randy, I got my mirror kit from Edmund Scientific and ground a 10-inch mirror. Did that when I had just graduated from high school. I still have that mirror and that telescope that I built with me, upgraded different parts, but it's kind of been out of service for a while, and the mount's not very steady, so I'm thinking about converting it to a Dob where it'll be a little more usable, but we'll see. It's an F7, so we're talking a 70-inch focal length. Back to you.
Yeah, that's super cool, man. Sorry about sending it back to Net Control. I would ramble down so long, kind of lost there. No, yeah, super cool, man. I'm actually trying to look into building a solar furnace for some to melt some things that I want to melt. So, and since I'm in Austin, hey man, there's great sun. The bad thing is, this yard's just like completely covered with trees, so my window is very slim. And the same way for trying to observe the sky. But hey, there's always something to see, man.
Yeah, you sound like a very interesting guy, Randy. You're into all kinds of things, and I love that. So anyway, best to you. Back to you, Steve, Net Control.
Well, Randy and Charles, I hope to see you guys at a Austin Astro Club meeting someday. That would be fun. Or maybe at the N50AK club meeting here this coming next weekend. So, anybody else have any questions or comments for Randy? All right, Randy, we'll say good night to you then, and good luck, and let's hopefully we get some more clear skies in the near future. The next I had David, call sign, all I got was K7A, I'm sorry. David, what's going on?
Oh, no problem. It's Kilo 7 Tango Victor Alpha. Not a whole lot for the net. Just figured I'd check in officially because I've been sneaking in earlier. Didn't do anything exciting for July 4th. I'm not really a holiday person. Except for Halloween. Halloween is the best. I'll let this drop. Sadly, I'm going to be missing the club meeting. I've got a work trip, so I still haven't managed to make it out to one of those. But next one definitely. yeah, I'm really enjoying the conversations about astronomy. It's something that I haven't gotten real into, but I love doing when I get the chance. I was able to go out to a star party at Fort Davis on our way back from Big Bend earlier this spring, and it was really awesome. Got to see some really hard to see Messier objects. We had a really good viewing night, so that was cool. Yeah, that's about all I got. K7 TVA, back to net.
Yeah, David, well, I did a week in Big Bend for my 15th wedding anniversary, and I just did a week in Big Bend for my 30th wedding anniversary a few weeks ago, and believe it or not, we had cloudy skies every single night. We had beautiful blue skies during the day, but cloudy skies every single night, so I'm glad you caught the clear skies. I still have yet to see a Big Bend deep, dark night sky, so does anybody have anything for David tonight? Come on down. All right, David, we'll wish you a good night, and we'll catch you next week, hopefully, or I guess we're going to miss you at the meeting, but hope to meet you in person soon. Next we had AI5JT, Rick and Leander. What's going on, Rick?
Hey, Steve. Nothing terribly exciting for 4th of July. You got to watch some of the neighbors set off some fireworks. Impressive light show, and everybody did it safely, so that came off good. Not much else going on. Looking forward to the meeting coming up in a week or so.
Anything going on with radio with you, Rick?
Oh, there's always something going on there. Trying to bring a sick repeater back to life, but that's a slowly progressing, ongoing thing. I got a SWR meter that broke on me, and so I got to stop and fix that, and then I can resume testing.
All right, great. So how do you use your repeaters? I mean, do you serve as a repeater for the Oak Club, or how do you use those?
This is one of the Yaesu repeaters that's owned by the club. So I'm trying to, if we think on this one that the power transistor went out on it, but I need to verify a few things.
All right, cool. Well, obviously, as a club member, thank you very much for doing that. We appreciate it. Does anybody have anything for Rick tonight? Come on down. All right, Rick. Well, good night, and hopefully we'll see you at the meeting next weekend, or see you soon. Let's do a station ID. This is the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, Thursday Night Net, hosted by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign N50AK. So let's go ahead and do our next round of check-ins. Again, we are checking into any licensed ham radio operators, and if you would like to check in and visit with the group tonight, just give us your call sign slowly and phonetically, followed by your name, starting now. Come on down. All right, last call for a third, or I forgot, maybe fourth round check-ins. Anybody that has not checked in that would like to visit with the group, come on down with your call sign and your name.
This is Kilo 5 Juliet Mike, K5JM, Sam.
Sam, what's going on? What did you do for 4th of July?
Well, hey, thanks for running that. Thanks for taking my check-in. Pretty relaxed 4th of July here. Did a little bit of grilling, but I had some friends over on the weekend, so kind of on Tuesday there, just took it easy. Nothing too big. I did see on the local news there,
my zip code had like the worst, I guess, reporting from 311 for fireworks violations. I'm very proud about that. I didn't blow anything up, but my neighborhood definitely sounded like a war zone. So we're very proud in South Austin and the 78748 for the worst violations of the firework ordinance. Well, Sam, you're my only POTA POTA activator buddy. Have you done any good POTA activations lately? You know, I have not. As far as being an activator, I have done, I guess the last one was the LBJ Ranch out there on the way to Fredericksburg, and that was fun. And I guess I've done some POTA chasing, but I guess I'm too lazy. I was like, I don't know. If I'm going to go out there, I guess really the way to do it is like not really telling what time you're going to be on the air, because I think that honestly causes me more stress. Like, I got to tell everyone I'm going to be on the air at 1 o'clock, and then you're kind of hustling. So I don't know. I guess I kind of do it at a leisurely pace. But I am thinking for next Summerfield Day, like Texas is always so hot. Maybe being like set up ahead of time, some like cool spot in Colorado or something like that. That sounds like a plan. Let me know if I'm invited. Sounds good. So does anybody have anything for Sam tonight? All right, Sam, it's been a quiet bunch tonight. Thanks for checking in, and good talking to you. Let's see if there's anybody else that wants to check in, regular check-ins. Give us your call sign, slow and phonetically, and your name. All right, well, it looks like we're going to wrap up the net tonight. Thanks, everybody, for participating. Thank you for joining us for the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net. This is a service of the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign N50AK, and we are here every Thursday night starting at 8 p.m. Central. We are a nonprofit based in Austin, Texas. For more information, please visit n50ak.org, where you can read about the club, sign up for our email list, or donate to support the continued growth of the Amateur Radio Club. You might consider joining our Discord group, where we stay in touch when we are not on the radio. We would also like to thank Kyle, KA5D, for linking the University Link repeater system with this net. I'm Steve, KI5UKF, and here in my QTH at Dripping Springs, Texas, 73. And thanks again for hanging out with us tonight. This system is now returned to regular amateur use.
Thanks, Sarah, for running the net. Did a great job. WZ5BBS.
Thank you, Rusty, KI5UKF.